So hello, welcome to Pop Along RC, the RC car channel dedicated to RC car racing, and it is time to sit in the car room. So I have got the FT9, which is a project I'm going to get underway with very soon. But today's project involves these. So we have got the 10BL 120 censored ESC and the Rocket V3. And this Rocket V3 is a, let me just focus that, 13.5 turn. Now I did have a little hunt around, see if I could find any more 10.5 turns, but the best I could find was this 13.5. And the reason I wanted a 10.5 is because the limit for motors running in the vintage class is a 10.5. But I think this 13.5 turn motor will go really well in my supercharged super hotshot courtesy of Lightning Components. So things that I need to do with this is, obviously the front springs feel okay, the rear springs feel okay in this direction. However, they do go a little bit too far, so I'm going to have to put some spacers in here to shorten the shocks. So I'm going to put some spacers on the inside, just so it sits probably about there actually, so it's all on the spring. So first thing I'm going to do, I do need to go on the hunt for a pinion that's going to fit. So if we come around here and have a little look in there, you can see the gearing, and then you've put these little spacers in so that it screws in and it gets perfect mesh. So what I'm going to do is going to have a hunt for the manual, work out what size pinion I need to put in there, and then I'm going to get the brushless motor stuck in, soldered up, ESC, receiver, and we are good to go. And then once we've finished with putting this together, we're going to come over here to this penguin shell, and we're going to get this sprayed up. Pop along livery, I'm thinking, some sort of orange, yellow, red into white combination. I'm going to have to get some tape just to mask out the windows. Let's get underway. Okay, so it is a bit of a mess, but 4 hours later and the car is pretty much done. So as you can see, I have painted the shell. I've got some wheels on the car, and I've put all the electrics in. It is working. I've bound it to my radio. But let's just have a little look at some of the things I've done. So I've got these stickers here, which I haven't really used, but these are the driver stickers. I've got these ones. They were a gift from Corrali when they first started their little scheme working with YouTubers. They sent us out some stickers. Then I've got the pop along sticker there. This sticker is off of the Falcon. I've recently rebuilt a Falcon. Now the Falcon is over here actually. Let me just get it out. So if we have a look at this Falcon, I have done quite a lot of work to get this thing up and running. It is an original, but I cleaned it up, and in the process of cleaning it up, I spotted, don't know if you can quite see it in there, see these upper arms are broken, so I need to replace the upper, and again there, you can see where the lower arm was broken. So once I clean the dirt and the grease away, these bits of plastic just literally broke off. So I need to get a set of front arms, and then I can take this Falcon out and give it a run. So that was quite a fun project actually, getting this car. This one is sort of box stock, as it were. It still has inside it the original speed controller. So before we go back to the supercharged super hotshot, what I want to do is just talk you through the sort of the shell that I did for the Falcon. So I ordered up a shell, and I had them, because it's an original box, I've got the manual. So I masked it up, cut out the shell, and then it's time to start painting. I painted this in two parts. So the first job really was to mask out the area I wanted red, and I sprayed the bottom half black. Now black is not a colour I often spray my cars, because when you're racing I find black's quite difficult to see, especially on if you're on a dark carpet. So that is why I tend to have the high vis colours, and we have the bright colours for the Pop Along livery. Anyway, so now we've masked out the black. Now next I need to mask out the windows, and when I mask out the windows I just use masking tape. It takes a little bit longer, just cut it into lots of little pieces, mask out the windows, and then we sprayed it up red. Once I'd done that, removed the masks, and we were ready for the next phase. Annoyingly, I managed to damage the red, which was really quite annoying. But once you took the film off the outside, it looked really nice. On the car, again, where I've cut it out, it fits nicely. And the next job I had to do was apply the stickers. I had to order these ones online. They weren't too bad. I wanted it to look like the original Falcon, so I actually went out of my way and got the proper stickers, and I stuck them where they should be, took my time on it, and yeah, I'm really impressed with how it came out. I think if I was to do it again, I would have probably backed the red roof with white just to give it a little bit more oomph. Anyway, back to the hot shot. So another little thing I changed on here is actually once I put the ESC in here, I was struggling to get the shell to fit. So I have actually cut a little bit more off the shell as the motor was stopping it from going down. And I've extended this little pin at the back. I can put a pin in there, and what I've got it so it happens now is it actually pivots up. So I can change my battery. I've got the switch off down the side there. I can run a shorty pack, but the car is all done. So this is the lightning components conversion for the super hot shot. So this is my supercharged super hot shot. As I said in the video earlier on, running the quick run hobby wing ESC and a 13.5 surplus motor. I've got my Fly Sky radio, so therefore I've got my Fly Sky ESC in there. 4-wheel drive car. I just need to get it out now and let it and test it on the track. In fact, no, not quite yet, because I have got another job to do, which is I am gonna put some Velcro down the front here for clipping this into place, and I also need to fit the rear wing. So once that rear wing is in place, this car will be ready for the track. So there we go, all done and dusted. Wing is now in place. We have got here the supercharged super hot shots and the original Falcon. So these, I just need to loosen off those shocks. I do need to find a proper battery to run on this. But yeah, I'm super excited. I think this car here is probably going to get a maiden voyage at the Pop Along Vintage GP. So I'm going to take that and get it on the track.